What's up, gang? Welcome back to this Forex forecast. We're going to be doing a multi-time frame analysis on several of the pairs that we are interested in looking at this week or that we are already in from the previous week. That being said, before we actually get into all of this, I want to ask you guys to do one thing, and that's just like this video and this idea. Not only does it support us, but it also allows others to potentially see this idea as well. And I say this all the time, there's enough money in the markets for everyone, so no need to be greedy. That being said, do us and everyone else a favor, like this idea. Also comment the pairs that you want us to analyze below as well. Or if you have a conflicting idea, comment that idea down as well. So I'm just going to quickly go over some of the pairs that we are interested in. We can see that pound Swiss franc is our first pair that we're going to look at, and it is actually hovering just above the 38% on this fib, which is closely aligned to this area of structure. I'm kind of waiting based off of this momentum for it to kind of reach a higher structural level, and as you can see, there's a little bit more structural support and resistance on this fib level, which is the 61 fib on the monthly time frame. So we're just waiting here. This is a 1-to-4 risk to reward ratio. We're just waiting for price to kind of come up to this area. When it starts showing resistance, if it does even earlier, like let's say at the 50% mark, then we would be considering looking at shorts from there. But otherwise, we're going to be waiting for it to hit our entry zone. So next is the New Zealand Swiss franc, and as you can see, we have this descending trend line on the monthly, weekly time frame. We also have quite a bit of structure lining up with this 60% fib, which also lines up with this trend line close at least. Then we have the previous all-time low on the monthly time frame as well. Now, because this is lining up with two pieces of structure, including our 50% fib of the weekly leg, then we have some confluence that this is going to go in our direction. We're just waiting for price to actually hit our entry conditions before we decide to commit to get towards our target. Now, this is the previous all-time low, so we do want to monitor price here if it does get activated, so that we can ensure that we are still going in the same direction. However, if we do end up here, like always, we're probably going to be moving this trade to break even anyways, so it doesn't really matter. But that being said, this is a 1 to almost 3 risk reward ratio. Next is going to be CAD Japanese yen. And you can see we have two potential entry setups right here. We have a weekly trend line that's formed, and it broke, so we're thinking that we're going to be looking for shorts. Right now, we do have this 38 fib lining up with this trend line. However, we have a little bit more confluence for a reversal on this 50% fib of this monthly leg, including some structure. So we're kind of waiting. We're still not in a sell zone here anyways. So if we are in a sell zone and it looks like it's losing momentum and it's going to stay below this trend line, then yes, we will stay in this trade. We'll move our parameters accordingly, because as you know, we are only looking for 1 to 3 risk reward ratios, and this is what it would look like. So 1 to 3.39 risk reward ratio. Otherwise, if it does hit our 50% target before entering, it's exactly 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. As always, we're going to be monitoring price at this level right here, which is the 73.08 level, as that could show potential resistance and be acting as support. So if it does, we'll do a manual close, wait for another swing high before we get towards our target, if at all. Next on the chopping block is New Zealand USD. Now, this is an interesting pair that's about ready to be sold. So you can see we have a major support on the monthly time frame, broke it. We have this descending trend line on the weekly time frame, broke that, and this is a significant trend line as well. This was tested several times. Now, if we look at this on the monthly time frame, we can see that this area of the trend line, including the resistance from this trend line, is lining up with our 50% fib on the monthly, and then also the 61% fib on the weekly. So this is showing as a potential sign for us to actually get in on, which is great, because there's no actual other area of support down here. We have a higher probability of falling directly to our target. So once again, as always, waiting for entry conditions to be satisfied. This is a 1 to 4.7 risk to reward ratio. I'm going to be moving this one up because this one is about ready to be executed. Next is going to be EURNZD. So EURNZD, we had decided to short it down towards our entry level, and I think we're going to continue that short, moving the trade already to break even. And then once it gets to our target level, we do see this monthly resistance on this time frame, or sorry, monthly resistance at this level, which is the 174 level. And because of that, it's also lining up with the 78% fib as well. So we do have structure lining up with this significant fib level on the monthly time frame. We have TP1, as you can see here, being our initial resistance level, and then we on this monthly structure, and then we have TP2 ultimately, which is our 127 fib. Next is USD Swiss franc. We've been talking about this pair quite a bit over the last couple of weeks. If you have been making pips, like this video down below, and then if you have not been taking pips but you've been seeing us taking pips, like this video down below and then start taking these pips. So we had called to execute another sell order, and as you can see, it's in profit. So we're going to be looking at the opportunity to move this to break even as soon as possible. But altogether, this is a 1 to 3.6 risk reward ratio. You could be seeing another swing up towards our entry. So if you did miss it, you're in luck. You might have an opportunity to sell it again. However, if you already sold this, try to move your trade to break even as soon as possible. And then last on the chopping block is USD Canadian dollar. And as you can see here, we did end up going towards our target. We shorted this several times. So we shorted this several times, as you can see. However, we are starting to see some resistance. If we look closer on the daily time frame, we see some support. 1 resistance, 2 support, 3 support, 4 support. So we're looking at possibly moving our buy entry from here to here if our entry conditions are satisfied. Now, if that's the case, this is a 1 to 3.5 risk reward ratio, assuming that it's going down to the 61 fib level on the monthly time frame, which is in confluence with structure and resistance. Then this would be a 1 to 3.5 risk reward ratio. However, if we do end up ultimately moving our entry conditions to here, we're going to be looking at a 1 to 3.2 risk reward ratio. And this is lining up with the 50% fib of the monthly leg, including, as you guys saw, that daily structure as well. So we have this being the all-time high, so we would monitor price here for potential resistance and exit the trade manually if needed. Otherwise, we're just going to let it hit our TP1, which, as you can see here, isn't that far away from the all-time high as well. So we're not risking that many pips or losing that many pips. Would still definitely be at a we'd still definitely be above the 1 to 2 minimum risk to reward ratio that we're looking after. So that's it, guys. Hopefully this is beneficial for you. You guys are either learning a little bit based off of the way I am explaining these videos about structure, recognizing structural patterns, recognizing trend lines, recognizing and understanding how to use Fibonacci's properly. If that's the case, once again, like this video down below. If you already understand how to trade and you've been following along and scraping some pips along the way, like this video as well. And if you're new or you're interested in learning about Forex, please message us directly. We do have a lot more information about trading, how to get started, types of risk you should be implementing, and other types of tools and tricks that you should definitely consider looking at if you are looking at becoming a trader. That being said, I appreciate you all. Like always, be safe in the markets, especially with Corona making the markets do a lot of volatile things. So we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys in the next video. Later.
Creak in my neck, limp in my step, cramping in my muscles every time I try to flex.
What's up, guys? I want to say thank you again for checking out this breakdown for this particular pair. And I want to ask you guys to not only like and comment on this video, but also go check out our MAM channel. We have a channel dedicated specifically for breakdowns of the pairs and positions that we're actually entering or were already entered. So if you are interested in just getting a little bit more supplementary information and understanding how we analyze the market, go check out that MAM channel. It will be somewhere in the description or in the bio above. So thank you again, guys. I appreciate it. Go check out the MAM channel, like and comment, and don't forget to follow us for more of these free analysis videos. Thank you again. Talk to you soon.